Hello everyone, Thunderbolt 1000 Productions here, with the first of many narrated railfan videos. I did a poll quite a while ago asking you guys if I should narrate these videos. Most of you said yes, so here we are. We're going to be chasing Pennsylvania Northeastern W230 from North Wales to Warminster and then back to Lansdale. But first, here's a set of SEPTA Silverliner 4s heading towards Center City, crossing 2nd Street in North Wales. We've now moved over to Beaver Street just before North Wales Station to catch W230, the main train for this video, descending down Pembroke Hill on its way to Warminster. What makes this train so special is the blue locomotive leading it, C39-8-8212, a former Conrail and later Norfolk Southern engine that holds the distinction of being the very last C39-8 operational in the United States. I'll explain more about this locomotive later. The train is running under a push-pull configuration due to the fast reverse movements that have to be done with this train. We've now moved over to Willow Grove on the Warminster line, where former CN SD40-2W5342 is in command of this train now. This locomotive is not only the flagship of the Pennsylvania Northeastern, but has also earned the nickname Tigger due to its orange and black striped paint scheme that kinda resembles the Rio Grande a little bit. The train is pulling into Willow Grove siding to let a SEPTA train pass going to Center City. I knew it.
Alright, perfect. Let's give us a chance to get them.
After working the Philadelphia Macaroni plant just outside of Warminster, the train now makes its way toward the New Hope interchange in Ivyland, crossing over PA 132, also known as Street Road, in Warminster. This is a very sketchy crossing as there's no gates or bells, just lights. Normally it's not that big of an issue since W230 normally runs in the middle of the night when SEPTA service is done, but due to the COVID lockdown of 2020 reducing SEPTA service, this allows W230 to be seen in the daylight. These daylight moves didn't last forever though.
One to go, one.
The New Hope interchange at Ivyland. The train's now going to swap out several tankers before making its way back to Warminster to wait for permission to go across SEPTA trackage again, back home to Lansdale.
Not much.
He had to pull out when I'm trying to get out of the way. Yeah, I'm gonna catch chase
chase him on the way back. But of course, he had to start pulling out this way as soon as I'm trying to get out of here, right? I know. By the way, move your step ladder over.
Oh, thank you.
Run it over.
Originally, I was going to cut this part out for time, but it was just too funny not to show. As you can see, 8212 is a little bit close to the crossing, but not far enough to stop the lights. Oh, there's me in the frame, by the way. The lights are still going and the bells are still ringing. Some people were smart enough to wait, but other people were quickly losing their patience. Yeah, you see what I mean? Me and a couple other rail fans found this pretty funny, and some people seemed like they had waited long enough. Now, some people would argue the train's stationary, it's not dangerous to run these lights, but the law is, if they're flashing, don't run them.
Oh, you asshole! You asshole! Have their license plates!
All work is done, and apparently no tankers to take home today. The train now makes its way back toward Warminster to wait for SEPTA to let them back across on their tracks so they can go back to Glenside, turn around there, and then head back to Lansdale. But there's one more industry they still have to work. On my way to my next stop, which was going to be Hatboro Station, I got stopped at County Line Road for a SEPTA train, and I decided to film it because why not? Here we are at Hatboro Station, and here comes W230 around the curve. You're going to see him slow when he approaches the station because of the very short activation time of the railroad crossing of Byberry Road just behind the camera. Here we are at Lansdale with 5342 back in command again. You can notice some rail fans by the Broad Street crossing there. There was also others at the Lansdale station where I was, including Train Fan 5202, SEPTA Rail Fan 1000, and Southern Pennsy Rail Fan, just to name a few. During the COVID lockdown, SEPTA didn't run service to Doylestown, but they would still run deadheads of Silverliner 4s down toward Doylestown to keep the rails fresh. Here comes one of them right now, crossing Walnut Street just before Lansdale Warehouse, the last industry W230 has to work today. Here comes W230 now, ready to work the warehouse by dropping off that one boxcar. as 5342 drops off the boxcar, let me give a brief history on 8212. Being built as Conrail 6021 in August of 1986, as I said earlier, it is the last of its type operational in the United States. And for good reason. The C39-8 was an early member of the Dash 8 series by General Electric, and was not very good. It was prone to overheats, bad turbochargers, and the cab was very poor. It was prone to rattling and made the actual cab view from the main windows seem much lower to the ground than it actually was, making rides very uncomfortable. This was also a problem that plagued the EMD GP60M given to the Santa Fe. 8212 did have a few sisters that worked with her on the Penn Northeastern, 8202, 8207, 8208, and 8211. The first three were sold off to Maine, Montreal, and Atlantic Railway, which later went bankrupt after the Lac-Méganic incident, and 8211 unfortunately broke down sometime in the late 2010s and was later scrapped in 2021 after sitting in storage for quite a few years, with some parts being put into 8212 to keep her running. With the boxcar dropped off, 8212 takes the train all the way back to Lansdale to prepare to yard the train for the day.
Cab speed land.
Back at Lansdale Station, 5342 is in command of the train once again, where it'll take the two hoppers to be dropped off at the siding by Orvilla and Schwab Road on the Bethlehem branch, which is owned by the Pennsylvania Northeastern, so that the midnight local CSX C746 can take both the hoppers and whatever cars that need to go back to Woodbourne on the Stony Creek branch, and wherever the cars will go, I don't know. And well, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. You think I should do more narrated videos like this? Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time.
that you know seem like fantasy. There's a light inside your soul that's still shining in the cold, with the truth, the promise in our hearts. Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark.